Waves to you. Good to see you today. You come in extra spicy today. I like it for this Friday. So, we got a couple of things today. Number one, we have a birthday lady today. If anybody else's birthday is today, let us know in the comments. But it is Mary Catherine Ewan's birthday from Monroe, Louisiana. She is on the walker this morning as she's on the coach's corner. So, we can't wait to sing happy birthday. I got to tell you just a really quick story. So the first time Mary Catherine ever comes into our community, she doesn't even know me, right? She joins, I'm a complete stranger. And I call her up because we've got a PXP coming up in Orlando, Florida. And I said, hey, listen, I know this is strange. I know you just enrolled and you do not know me, but I rented a 15-bedroom home in Orlando, and why don't you come? Right? And I said, just so you know, there will be a lot of other people staying there. Okay. So when she gets there, I don't know this lady. She walks through the door, and there's probably 500 people in the home. We're having a big explosive party for Partner Co. Not core cleanse explosive, but a big explosive party for Partner Co. Sorry, I had to. I saw her core cleanse on her thing. So anyway, and I thought she might walk out the back door. When she looked in there, it's like, who are these nuts? And she made it through. So by the end of the trip, I knew she was a part of the family now. So Mary Catherine Ewan's birthday. This has been a couple of years ago, and what a tremendous blessing
Brent,
she is.
how did you know she was part of the family? What happened?
By the end of the trip, she told me to shut up. She did. She said I was taking them to eat at the end of the trip, and I said something to her. She had her shoes off or something, and she looks at me and she said, "Shut up." And I said, "Now you're a part of the family." You know, when we're now on the terms of shut up, I know you're a part of the family now. So that's just kind of my sense of humor. I like that. I like that kind of stuff. So happy birthday, Mary Catherine. And for all of our mothers out there, and she is a mother of two amazing humans that's going to be with her this weekend. And for all our mothers and all of our grandmothers out there this weekend, we just want to say Happy Mother's Day to you. Now, I'm my mother's favorite, just so everybody knows. And I tell my siblings that all the time. But there's just something special about a mother. And there's a unique bond. And so I'm super grateful for all of you and what you represent and who you are. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So, from all of us knuckleheads that caused you a lot of grief and heartburn over the years, we are so grateful for you. And we hope you have the most amazing weekend ever. So, okay, the word for today, I got to be quick. I got like 2 minutes. I did this on purpose. Gobbledygook is the word. And now we're getting all these crazy words submitted because they like me to say the word and mispronounce it, right? I told you I was pulled out of school for spelling, writing, reading, okay? And you're making me read these gobbledygook. I think. Andrea, is that right? You're having fun over there. All right. So if you look at gobbledygook, it's a very complicated language, confusing, filled with jargon to the point that nobody really understands it. The first thing I thought of was legal papers. Have you ever tried to read legal papers? Like you don't think I've got lawsuits against me, but have you ever read legal papers like from you buy a home or you do a real estate deal and you're reading this, this coordinate, that coordinate, and you're like, okay, Andrea loves that stuff. Like she loves all the back end reading that legal jargon. Well, for me, it's Google. Gobbledygook. Okay. It's like, ugh, it's confusing. I don't understand it. It's complicated. And I have to get somebody like Andrea to break it down in my terms. Is there anybody else out there like me? You don't have to it now, you know. So we're special. So here's the thing. It often, I believe, people like to sound impressive, but it's tough to read. It's tough to understand. So why does it matter? Because sometimes if I don't communicate things, if I'm too long-winded, if I'm trying to use fancy words, if I, you know, if I'm trying to create instructions that are too big and too audacious and all of this, right? People are confused. They don't even know how to move, right? And I say this in my business all the time of network marketing is I don't think people they lack motivation. I think they lack direction. And so if I want my team to say something, I got to tell it to them. Hey, Rennie, say this. And I got to make it simple and not confusing. Now, not all of them will take action, but more will take action if it's simple and the directive is easy to follow. And so the word's funny because it really sounds like nonsense, but it's actually the point, right? The word is like, oh, I can't even hardly pronounce it. It's confusing. But at the end of the day, when I bring clear communication to the table, it creates confidence, it creates trust, it creates direction for people. And so just ask yourself when you're preparing something for your team or for your people or for the conversation you're in, is this gobbledygook or is this clear communication I'm giving? And if it's gobbledygook, then maybe ask ChatGPT to simplify it a little bit, okay? Make it in layman's terms where we can understand, and people like me. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you. I did the best I could with the word.
You did amazing.
Okay,
And
okay, thank you for that.
I'll tell you, I love the Friday words. And guys, this was actually the last funny Friday word that I have. Now, that doesn't mean that it's the last funny Friday. I'm asking, send me your funny words so we can continue this because it's Coach's favorite. And so we don't want to let him down. We got to keep on keeping on with this. So the quote that I found was if you can't explain it simply, there's probably too much gobbledygook in the message. And I think about those legal papers and the nonsense that we get sometimes that you think, wasn't there a way to say this a little bit more clearly so I can actually understand it? Diane, that's a good one. You might have to text that to me because I don't think I can remember how to spell that. Um, but so many times we think, wasn't there a more simple way to say it? Like, you ever read a text message that you sent to somebody and think, wow, I could have probably said that in like 5 words and I said it in 500. Like I could probably, shrink this down and make it a little bit more clear. So what I looked in today is, okay, how do we remove this gobbledygook from our life? How do we remove it from our communication so that we can be more clear? So first of all, say what you mean in the fewest words possible. And oh, as a wordy human, this could be a little bit of a struggle. I like to explain things kind of in a circle and then get to the point maybe at the end. So if I want to remove that gobbledygook, I've got to try to narrow that down and clear it up. Next is trade fancy for clear. Anybody else try to, say big words sometimes? I'm a voracious reader. I love to read. I always want to have a book in my hand. And so that means the majority of my vocabulary comes from books that I've never actually heard out loud. And every once in a while, I will try to throw a word out there in my conversation that I pronounce completely wrong because I've actually never heard it. I've only read it. And you know what? If I didn't try to get fancy, I would be a heck of a lot more clear. So try to get rid of that fancy sometimes and just work on being clear. The same thread is stop trying to sound impressive and focus on being helpful. So, how can we help people with our words and our language? Well, we got to be clear if we're going to help that. Oh, I love that, Kathy. This sounds like something my son would say to me. Can you send it in short form, please? Not paragraph, short form. That kind of sounds like K, where you give me the period at the end of that sentence. I don't want any exclamation marks. Let's just make it clear. Number 5 is read your text post out loud. If you run out of breath, it's time to shorten whatever it is you're saying. I think that's probably what makes the system of growth so powerful. If you look at the base of that system, all of the posts can be read in about 4 seconds or less. They're short, they're clear, they're concise. You don't have to take, it's not a full-time job to try to read through the posts, but every once in a while, some of us can get a little wordy and we put things out there that maybe have a little bit more than necessary. Guilty, guilty. So if you run out of breath, shorten it, make it the Reader's Digest version. Right, 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 Dave. Ask yourself, how about this? In honor of Mother's Day, would a tired mom understand this quickly? Right? If somebody was listening to it and they're exhausted, would they understand what I'm trying to say very quickly? And we know that in leadership and really in everything that we do, clarity is going to beat complexity every single time. And I'm going to end with this. And Coach, you already touched on this, but confused people rarely take action. So if we're filling our conversation with all of this gobbledygook, then people aren't going to take action or join us or make the purchase or whatever it may be. So let's be clear so that people can understand where we're trying to go.
That was a perfect lesson for this Friday. Thank you for that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. And now for Mary Catherine Ewing, we hope you have the most amazing day ever. Here we go. Happy
Happy
birthday
Happy
to
birthday
you.
to
birthday to
you. Happy
you.
Happy
birthday to
birthday
you.
to
Happy
You.
you.
Happy
birthday,
birthday
Mary
to
Catherine. Happy
you.
birthday
Happy
to
birthday to
you.
Happy
you.
birthday.
God
Lord.
bless you.
Love
Happy Mother's Day,
you. See
everyone.
you.
Great
Hope
day,
you have
love
a
you
beautiful
guys.
Having a great
birthday.
job
Mother's
today.
Day.
Thank
Birthday.
you. Bye, everyone.
Weekend,
Thank you,
friends.
Coach and Andrea.
You guys have a great
Have a
Friday.
great weekend. Happy
You too.
Have a
Friday.
Happy
good
Mother's Day to all you
weekend.
mamas. Love you guys. Have a beautiful
Love you
day.
guys. Bye.
Bye bye.